What's it been like for you to bat in the 9 spot?
It's definitely been different. That's not particularly a spot I've normally batted before, but I feel like the past couple games I've gotten more confident with it, and it's been like really fun to work with Kai being behind me, and then Ariel. We talked about in the outfield a lot that like, oh, we have like me coming up next to turn the line over, and then Kai next, and then Ariel. So it's kind of just been, I feel like it's been flowing really well.
You seem to have done a very good job regardless of where you're at in the lineup. Can you speak to what that characteristic is, why that is?
I feel like just for me, like wherever I'm at, like my job is to get on base or move runners over, because with my slap I can get on base, swing away, I can move runners or score runners. So I feel like wherever I'm at, I just get the job done and, just do it for my team.
You had earlier in your career, you even were in like a leadoff kind of position, but you've shown that you've got speed, power, kind of whatever you want or whatever you need, you can display. Is that something that you've always had, or is that something that you've worked on to gain the ability to kind of do whatever is needed at any moment?
Yeah, I started off as a slapper when I first switched to the left side, and then once I started seeing balls fly in travel, I never slapped again for my coaches. But coming back here, I think I've like balanced both, or like all three out, like bunting, slapping, and hitting. So I think just over the past couple of years, I've learned how to give a good mix of it, and like whatever the defense like calls for, then I'm gonna do what I see best fit, and just kind of went off from there.
Hanna, what are you guys seeing most of when you're watching film with Arizona State? Again, right now I believe they do have a winning record. They do have potential. So what issues, what things do you think you guys could have success on?
Well, I feel like they have some of the same pitchers from last year. I think we're just going in kind of like with a see ball, hit ball mentality. They have some rise, some drops, but nothing we haven't already seen before this year. We've seen like a wide variety of lefties, righties, up spin, drop spin. So I feel like we're just in there ready to go and just attack early.
Do you guys ever really pay attention to like how fast the season goes sometimes, and the fact that we're already more than halfway? We've got literally, it feels like Pac-12's in a couple weeks, and then of course we've got regionals and et cetera coming up here in just a month or so.
Yeah, preseason always flies by pretty fast, but I just the other day I didn't realize how deep we were into March already. So I think we're now just really starting to recognize how fast it's going, especially us seniors. This being our last year, we just said the other day, like, we really only have like 2.5 months left. So it's been a blur so far, but we're excited to finish strong.
How does getting to see the same pitchers coming back year over year from different teams, how does that help you getting to face them again and again? How does that help you as you've gone on in your career?
I feel like seeing them over and over, like coming into this year, like it solidifies my plan for what worked with me in the past. So I think it's just getting my pitch, knowing like what they throw, what they normally throw to me, and just going from there, just staying aggressive and just getting my pitch.
You said that your approach is kind of see ball, hit ball. Over the weekend, you were seeing the ball and hitting the ball exceptionally well, triple and doubles. Could you speak to what it is specifically that is working so well for you right now?
Yeah, I used to always like try and pick a spot or pick a speed to hit, and I feel like sometimes that got me in a guessing mode. There's some games where you could see where it probably looks like I'm guessing a lot more than normal, but I feel like I see the ball pretty well most of the time. So I feel like my mentality this year is just kind of seeing something over the plate, or something that, like, depending on if I'm stopping, like whatever I could do with an outside pitch or like swinging away, I'm probably gonna do best with an inside pitch. So it's just using like all of my abilities and tools that I have in the box and just seeing something over the plate.
You said earlier that you made the switch to the left side and you became more of a slapper. When did that happen, and why did that happen?
It happened when I was 10. So at a really young age, but they just knew I had speed. So it was my parents' idea. Like, they asked me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I guess, whatever. And it took a little bit, but I started off slapping and then as soon as I started to see I could hit gaps and hit home runs, like I said, my travel ball coaches said, yeah, no more slapping. And just kind of as I got to college, it's kind of been like a mix of both, obviously, because kind of grew into like my own body a little bit too. So along came the power. So yeah.
You mentioned how you guys talked about only a few more months left. Do you plan on pursuing something in softball, continuing that, or is it, as far as whatever you're studying, your degree, or is that something you would want to pursue?
Yeah. So over the past couple of years, I was like, no, I'm not going to continue to play softball just because I want to go to nursing school. So it's like requires like a lot more school after I'm done here. But then the more I've thought about it this year, I was like, maybe just try some pro over summer and just see how that works. And if I like it, I've heard nothing but great things about it. So a couple of the girls and I have talked about possibly doing pro and like just seeing how that goes, but haven't fully made a decision yet.
But it seems like you've got, I'm guessing like maybe Athletes Unlimited. I'm sure you've talked to former teammates.
Yeah.
Have they, it's been a general positive feedback about their experience?
Yes, for sure. And also Coach Rowe too, her being in it, that'd kind of be crazy if we all played with each other. But yeah, I've heard nothing but great experiences from it, and it just seems fun, like lighthearted. Like obviously it's still like good competition, but like it's just gonna be something I get to do for fun. Like I don't have to do school in the moment, and you know I'm just out there playing with like new teammates and things like that. So I think it would be a great experience.
Probably when you were getting recruited, those opportunities were not available for a lot of female sports. Just to now be in it and have that mindset, you know, that opportunity be available to you, just what does that mean, and what do you think about just those opportunities now being available for female athletes to pursue a professional career instead of having to, you know, just be either on the Olympic team or even go overseas to try and play professionally?
I think it's great. I think female athletes have wanted that opportunity for a long time, and now that we're getting it and our sport is growing, like women's sports in general are just growing, but I think softball has really grown over the past couple of years, and it's just exciting to see where these opportunities are going to take us and just like how much empowerment we have as women now, and I hope it continues to grow.
You've been a fixture in the outfield, you know, since you got here basically, but can you speak to what it's like this year? I mean, you're with your friends Ariel, you know, but you also got so much speed out there, and you know, what that's like, and having such a strong defense in front of you too.
Yeah, I worked with Ariel and Kai last year, and then Ariel the past couple years. It's great. We have a lot of fun out there. We just talk. We have just really good communication with each other, and like especially this past weekend with the wind and everything, like those things like we're always communicating with each other about. And I think our motive is to just, if we can get to a ball, not let it drop for our pitcher, and just the defense in the infield is just super solid. It's been like that for the past couple of years. I feel like our defense has been our strongest suit. I think we're one of the best in the nation, in the pack. So it's just fun to get out there and just play with each other.
And you were speaking to, you know, the communications, but it seems, I mean, Kai is diving for balls a lot, but you seem to like kind of expect that she's going to lay out for balls, and you're backing up. So one, could you speak to what it's like just watching Kai dive for everything? And then two, what it's like to be able to kind of know what's going on. Like I said, you're positioned so that you're able to, if the catch isn't made, you're able to pick it up as if you were playing.
Yeah, I think all three of us know each other really well. We know like what we're going to go for, or just our responses to balls. So whenever I see a ball that's hit really shallow and I'm yelling at Kai, she needs to come in, I already know probably like 99% of the time that she's going to dive for it. And actually just this past weekend on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, she had told me like, okay, I'm going to be standing up all day today. She said they cut me off from diving. So I was like, well, okay. I was like, well, if you see a ball, just go dive for it. Like, I'll be there. And so, like I said, majority of the time, if a ball is coming in, I know that I got to get behind her just in case it bounces in front of her and it doesn't get in her glove. I just know that she's going to go out for balls, and I'm going to be there behind her.
Anything else? No? How did you guys get together before an inning? You know, you kind of get together in the outfield, and little jump? Like, how did that come to be?
Honestly, I don't know. It was just my first time being out there in the outfield when I was playing left my freshman year. Haley introduced me to it, and I had no idea how it came about, but I'm assuming it's from just like past years. And yeah, we've just added things to it, like when we're out there talking. So yeah.
What have you added?
Huh?
What have you added?
We like to do categories, so like we'll go around like each inning. So like let's say I normally start off, like Ariel will give like a category of like animals or certain things teammates say. Like one time we've done Paige Sinicki, like things that she says all the time, and so like I'll start it off, and then Kyle will go the next inning, Ariel will go the next inning. So, and also we like to do like handshakes too, or sometimes we like do like air guitar. So we just switch it up a lot, but it's fun.